So good day again, everyone. This will be the pre-lab discussion for free fatty acid number, which is your exercise for Chem 131. So your free fatty acid number are also called acid value. Okay? So your FFA usually is defined as the measure of milligram of potassium hydroxide required to neutralize the free fatty acids in 1 gram of the sample. So huwag kayong malilito dito kasi same sila ng unit with saponification number. Pero what is designed or what is attributed to FFA is yung milligram of KOH that can neutralize the free fatty acid ng ating 1 gram of sample. So, same sila ng unit with SAP number pero wag nyo siyang i-interchange, okay? So, what about the free fatty acid number? So, unlike your saponification number that is used to identify the identity of your oil or fat. So for free fatty acid number, this is used to measure the or evaluate the quality of your fat and oil. As specifically, it is a measure of hydrolytic rancidity. Okay? So wag kayong malilito dito So meron tayong hydrolytic and meron tayong oxidative rancidity. Pero for free fatty acid, siya ay hydrolytic rancidity. Okay? So, pag sinabi natin rancid yung ating material, ibig sabihin parang, malapit nang mag-spoil or malayo sa purest form yung ating material. So, rancid. Okay? So, as mentioned, we have two types of rancidity that will be introduced to you in Chem 131. We have oxidative rancidity. So, by oxidative, this is the formation of peroxide. So, this will be tackled to one of your modules in Chem 131, no? So we'll have your peroxide value determination. So I think that would be tackled for the next meeting. Then for hydrolytic rancidity, this is the formation of your free fatty acid and salts of free fatty acids due to the presence of water. Okay? So hydrolytic meaning meron kang water na present dun sa ating reaction na nagkakaroon ng cleavage of ester linkages that forms the glycerol and your free fatty acid. And yung presence of water na yon causes the rancidity. And since if we have a rancid sample, it just means that meron kang portion of your triacyl glycerol na nagkaroon na ng breakage, yung link between the glycerol and the free fatty acid. That's why in free fatty acid determination or free fatty acid number, we determine the amount of free fatty acid, yung ating fatty acid na natanggal na from the tags, that will be used to neutralize by the KOH. Okay? So in here, it can either be caused by the reaction of lipid and water in the presence of catalyst or by the action of lipase enzyme. So as you can see here, yung ating triglyceride when reacted with water, nagkakaroon ng formation ng glycerol and free fatty acid. So this may took some time pero nangyayari ito. Kumbaga, nagkakaroon ng breakage of ester linkages dun sa ating triglyceride. So, what are the other catalysts that may be affecting the hydrolytic rancidity? So, pwede tayo magkaroon ng lipolytic enzymes, your lipase, metals, heat, and light. That's why, di ba, yung ating mga food, usually ginagawa natin ay ini-store natin siya sa refrigerator. Kasi nga, may effect yung heat dun sa rancidity ng ating food matters. Okay? So, it catalyzes the rancidity of our material, food matters. So, what happens here is, pwede na magkaroon tayo ng alcoholic KOH. So, what happens is, nagkakaroon ng potassium salt and glycerol. So, ito yung nangyayari nung saponification, di ba? Okay? And then for the lipase naman, so ito yung enzyme activity natin. So if we have the presence of water and meron tayong lipase, so nagkakaroon ng free fatty acid. Yung one fatty acid attached to your triacylglycerol will be free from the mother. Tawag natin itong mother, no? Tapos ito si daughter. So nagkaroon ng daughter na isa. So out of the 3 daughters, yung isa naging free. So yung free na yon ay due to the presence of water with the enzymatic activity of lipase. And yung ating lipase na yon, with the presence of KOH, nagkakaroon tayo ng potassium salt. Like this one. Okay? So yung amount of free fatty acid that is liberated from your glycerol, mother, or yung mother natin, yun yung ina-account natin for free fatty acid. Kasi kung marami tayong free fatty acid na ma-account, ibig sabihin, malapit na tayo dun sa rancidity ng ating oil. Sabihin, hindi na ganun kaganda yung ating triacylglycerol or triacylglyceride as an oil or fat. Nag-deteriorate na siya, ibig sabihin. So for the highlights of this procedure, just like we did for saponification number, we standardize first the KOH solution by using potassium acid phthalate as primary standard. So basically, dapat meron kayong data blanks dito for standardization of KOH, wherein the mass of KHP is determined using weighing by difference. And then for the procedure, your melted fat and oil will be weighed and transferred to e-flask. So again, ito ay weighing by difference. So yung sa video natin, wag nyong gagayahin yon. Yung sample natin ay yung, for example, e-flask nakalagay na sa pan, sa balance. Then tsaka tayo maglalagay ng sample dun sa loob ng balance. So medyo hindi ganun yung tamang practice. Kasi pwedeng magkaroon ng spillage sa loob ng balance. So masisira yung balance natin. So ginagawa talaga natin is weighing by difference. Okay? So meron tayong amount of sample lang dun sa ating container na may dropper, medicine dropper. Then by then, magta-transfer lang tayo ng amount of oil na naka-indicate dun sa ating procedure. Then we will add ethanol as to dissolve our FFA. Okay? Then, an alcoholic medium is used. So, yung ating ethanol, no? Ginamit siya para ma-prevent yung hydrolysis of salts during titration. So, ito yung ating equilibrium as we do the procedure. So, your fatty acid, when reacted with your KOH, it produces your potassium salt and water. So, ang iniiwasan natin dito is the backward reaction. Yung backward reaction na yung potassium salt will react with water na magpo-produce ulit ng fatty acid. Kasi nga, di ba, ina-account natin yung fatty acid. And yung fatty acid natin ay ma-account natin if it will be dissolved in ethanol. Okay? So, mangyayari is, liliit yung mangyayari is we will favor the forward reaction. Okay? And then we will heat it to boiling on steam bath as to hasten the dissolution of your free fatty acid. Okay? So yung dissolution of free fatty acid, ito yun, no? So, kapag nababawasan to, so nagpe-favor yung forward reaction. And nababawasan to if meron tayong ethanol. So, yun ay by virtue of Le Chatelier's principle. Okay? Then, we add phenolphthalein indicator solution. So, ang common mistake ng mga student ay nakakalimutang maglagay ng indicator. So, akala nila ang dami ng titrant na nagamit, no? Pero, in reality, hindi pala nila nakalagyan ng indicator yung kanilang sample. Okay? Then afterwards, you will immediately titrate it with standard alkali with thorough shaking. So yung thorough shaking is for us to ensure that complete extraction of FFA from the immiscible oily layer is observed. Okay? Then after titration, medyo direct yung method ng FFA natin. Ika-calculate na agad natin yung FFA value from the data gathered from the volume used from the titration and the mass of the oil from the weighing part. Okay? Then, dun sa ating video na nakalink sa ating study guide, so hindi nag-employ ng blank titration. So, in our practice sa Chem 131, we do blank titration. So, yung method blank natin is done to determine the true volume of standard alkali solution required to neutralize the FFA. Okay? So, yung ating ethanol kasi ay medyo acidic in nature. So, para matanggal natin yung acidity ng ating, kasi mangyayari, meron kang acidity from ethanol, then meron kang acidity from your free fatty acid. Okay? So, para ang makuha lang natin ay yung acidity or yung equivalence from your free fatty acid, tatanggalin natin yung acidity from your ethanol. And this can be done by using blank titration. So, i-account natin yung amount of alkali used for the ethanol as to determine the true volume used for your FFA only. Okay? So, for the calculation part, so this is the FFA number. So, the unit used here is the milligram of potassium hydroxide per gram fat. So, basically, the formula used for FFA number is equal to the normality of KOH. So, ito yung normality based from the standardization. Multiply to the difference of volume of sample and black. Then, multiply to the equivalent weight of KOH. All over the weight of the fat sample in grams. Okay? Then, what are the implications of the value of your FFA? So, pag mataas yung inyong FFA, it just indicates na low quality na yung ating fat and oil. Bakit low quality? Ibig sabihin, marami ka nang na-detect na free fatty acid dun sa ating oil, kaya mataas yung FFA number natin. Kasi kung mababa yan, ibig sabihin, hindi pa nagbe-break or wala pang hydrolytic rancidity na nagaganap. Hindi pa nagkakaroon ng hydrolysis yung ating oil in such a way that your water will interact with the triacyl glycerol, forming your glycerol and your free fatty acid. So, basically, if mataas yung free fatty acid natin, mababa na yung quality ng ating oil. So, mababa yung ating quality due to the deterioration of oils. And also, it indicates that fats was already exposed to the factors previously mentioned. So, yung mga factors na yun ay yung water, acids, or enzymes. This may be also exposed to some factors or catalysts na na-mention kanina, which is yung heat or light or radiation. Thus, fats should be processed to contain a low moisture level so that the hydrolysis does not occur during subsequent storage. Okay? And note that FFA value is not related to saponification number. Bakit? Because FFA value corresponds to the quality of the oil, while your saponification number corresponds to the identity of your oil. Okay? So, for the tables for your data blanks ng pre-lab report ninyo, so these must be the ones included on your pre-lab report. So, I will just run this through. Basically, you should be able to input this in your pre-lab report. So, kung di nyo man nalagay for your post-lab report, dapat maisama nyo na siya. And lastly, you have also included, you should have included the possible identities of your oil, just like what you did for your specific gravity. Okay? So, that ends the presentation for the free fatty acid number. Determination of your fats and oils. as part of analysis of fats and oils. So, ang pinaka-gist ng free fatty acid number ay dinedetermine natin yung amount of free fatty acid, meaning, kaya siya free kasi na-liberate na siya from your triacylglycerol or triglycerides. So, kapag na-liberate siya, sabihin, na-deteriorate na siya. Kasi yung purest form of your oil ay yung nasa triacylglycerol na form. Okay? So, for now, we will end the discussion now and thank you for listening.